What would it mean for a founder to walk into their own event and then have strangers stop them to say thank you? I met this founder last year at an event. I was filming for another brand of mine. And now a year later, 6 videos in and a 2-month sprint, and people were recognizing him by name. This was after this founder always being behind the scenes and nobody having any idea who he was or that he was the founder of this big festival that he was running every year. So let me break down what we did to take him from being unknown to being the most trusted and famous person at his own event. And we did it all through his YouTube channel. So last year, 2025, I was running this brand where I was going to geek culture events, Comic-Cons, fairy festivals, and the like, and making videos covering those events for my brand's YouTube channel, Nerdgate Southeast. I went to this event called the Festival of Legends, which is a fairy festival, and I happened to meet the founder there. I actually met him promoting his event at another event a couple of weeks before the Festival of Legends. But then I saw him at the Festival of Legends. I tried to find him and just let him know that I was there filming a video for my own brand. So after that event, I sent him the video that I made and he loved it. He loved it so much that we started talking about what would it look like to build a YouTube channel for his event specifically, for the Festival of Legends. This is now months after his event has happened and we're starting to iron out the details of what we want to do. But we didn't start working on that YouTube channel until 2 months before his 2026 event. We didn't start working on it until February of 2026. And his event was April 2026. And this timeline's important because it kind of proves that you don't need an entire year of YouTube planning and uploading and publishing to get results. We only started work on this channel 2 months before the event, before everybody was recognizing him at this festival. Okay, so how did we do it? The biggest thing that we did was when we constructed the YouTube channel and we're figuring out the channel positioning, I came up with 3 content buckets that all of our videos would fall into. The goal of the channel was not to build this giant audience or go viral, but it was to use his built-in audience to build trust, to build hype for the festival, to get the word out, and to get people who were kind of on the fence about going to not just go themselves, but to also bring their friends and everybody else that they knew. So the 3 content buckets that I landed on for this were hype and teaser videos, information and guides, so utility videos, and then the founder's story. The first bucket for hype and teasers. These videos were sneak peeks on what's coming up on this event, or here's what happened last year that you don't want to miss. These videos gave past attendees a reason to come back, and it gave new people a reason to go and a little bit of fear of missing out. And the format for these was talking head with a little bit of B-roll from the previous year's event. It was the founder sitting down at his chair, talking into the camera, and telling you about what's coming up in the new year, what new events and activities and attractions are coming to the festival, and why you don't want to miss it. The second bucket was information and guides. These were our utility videos. These were videos on the rules. These were videos on information like parking or what to bring. Could have been videos about the schedule. But the important thing is that these videos were searchable. These videos were the type of video that somebody, if they're trying to find out information about the festival, they're going to search, what's parking like at the Festival of Legends, and this video would come up for them. These videos were really cool in particular because we had one video where it was, I think the title was Everything You Need to Know to Prepare for the Festival or something like that. And it was really a guide that you could watch right before the festival. And so we got a lot of people watching it when it was first released. And we had a lot of people going back to watch it the day before the festival, which is really cool. And once again, the format for these were talking head. It was the founder sitting in a chair, talking into the camera, talking to you, the viewer, about the festival, giving the information, giving the rules and the guidelines and all that. And that's important for trust building because if you think about the person who sees that video, everything you need to know about the festival, you see it when it first gets published, and then you see it again because you go watch it right before the festival. Now you've seen it twice. Now you've seen this founder tell you all the rules of the festival twice. Okay, and the third bucket was the founder's story. These were videos about why he started the festival and what it means to him. These were the videos that made strangers feel like they know him, like they know the founder, because he's being vulnerable and he's telling his personal story. I think the first video that we made, the one about him telling his story of creating this festival, is the most watched video on the channel, with I think about 800 views right now. Because people like to hear stories and people connect with stories. And I mentioned that we made 6 videos leading up to the festival. 5 of those were talking head with the founder sitting down talking into the camera. The other one was actually a couple of other people involved in the festival who were at an event promoting the festival, the upcoming festival. But most of the videos were talking head with the founder. And that was intentional because we wanted to build recognition. We wanted people who were coming back to the channel, watching all the videos, to really get to know the founder, learn what his face looks like, learn what his voice sounds like, so that they would see him in person at the event and immediately know that was him, go thank him, feel a stronger connection to him and to the festival, and then ultimately keep coming back to the festival year after year, bring their family. You know, if somebody shows up to the festival on Saturday, the first day of the festival, sees the founder, has a great experience, they're more likely to come back the next day with somebody else, right? Like they might bring in a friend or their family on Sunday. So including the founder in a talking head format, intentional for that purpose. And one of my favorite moments, because of all this, I was there on Saturday, the first day of the festival, you know, filming content for the flagship video that I was going to make. And then that night, the founder found me and he came to me and he said, you know, people have been recognizing me and coming up and talking to me, and all these strangers are coming up. And it's making me feel a little bit self-conscious, but at the same time, it's amazing. And it's amazing hearing all their stories. And I just remember I felt so good about that when he told me that, because it was working, because it was making him an authority figure in his own festival space. And people were recognizing who was responsible for all the great things and the great experience that the festival was bringing into their lives. Now, this founder was somebody who was always behind the scenes, and he told me this too. He said, you know, I've always been behind the scenes. Nobody's really known who I was, and I would kind of walk through my festival and be anonymous. And now people recognize me. Now people are coming up and thanking me, or people are coming up and saying, like, this is what they'd love to see at the next festival. And he was getting so much value out of that. And not only him, but of course the attendees get so much value from meeting the founder of the festival. It's kind of like meeting a little celebrity. The compliments were real, and the founder went from unknown, from invisible, to being famous in his own community. And this is how we built his reputation with his existing audience at his event. Now, we used YouTube for this, and this kind of shows you that YouTube isn't just about the views. Yes, the views definitely help, and you want to increase your views so that you increase your reach, so that you have more opportunity, but it's also about trust and about reputation. None of these 6 videos went viral, but they went to the right people. And when those people arrived, they knew who was responsible for the experience that they were about to have. So I want to leave you with 3 learnings from this story. 1, face-first content builds trust and reputation. And it does it way faster than any other sort of marketing video or ad or whatever. This is why we were intentional about making talking head videos with the founder, sitting down, talking into the camera about the thing that he loves so much. 2, searchable utility videos capture intent. They capture the people who are already ready to take part in whatever it is that you're doing, is going to your festival, maybe buying your product. Utility videos are the ones that people are going to come back to. They're the ones that people are going to search online for. And they're the videos where you can earn free trust because people are already interested. And then 3, you don't need a year of consistent uploading to get some results from YouTube. We did it in a 2-month sprint leading up to an event. We didn't spend months planning. We didn't spend months making videos. We just had a super targeted approach that we condensed down into about 8 or 9 weeks. So if you're a founder, or if you work closely with a founder, here's your next move. Pick your next event or launch or milestone, count back 8 to 12 weeks, and then plan 6 videos. 3 utility videos, 2 hype videos, and 1 founder story video. Put the founder on camera for them, and then publish them once a week leading up to that launch, that event, that milestone. And that's it. This is how brands and founders build trust through YouTube. It's not by going viral, but it's by showing up before anyone else asks them to. And if you want to learn why trust is better than views for YouTube, also check out this video. I talk all about how trust is what really connects content to revenue. So I'll see you over there.